What did we started with Twitter. We actually had a pretty good conversation about Twitter. Ended up going a little off the rails towards the end, but that was fun too. I think we'll do a whole show
A
about that.
little.
But
Yeah,
this
we
is
had a whole conversation. Yeah.
Peter doesn't even know where Michigan is apparently. But we did this whole 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 thing about Twitter and what a clown Musk is, and it's just our Twitter roundup, roundup, a series of stories written by Twitter for us to talk about.
Like and subscribe.
It's time for our Twitter roundup.
Yeah,
Articles
which is
written by Twitter.
No.
For Twitter.
No.
On Twitter, no. Of Twitter.
Mike makes this mistake all the time, and I'm happy to correct you once again, Mike, in the patient and calm manner which you have trained me to do so. This is news about Twitter, and it is a roundup of the things that we've heard over the last week and posted on our internal Discord. Wow. Join. It's in the link below. Is it the link below? No.
If it was written by Twitter, could you imagine how shit the segment would be?
Sure. Oh my God. Yeah. Can you imagine Twitter as a person? Like, what could just be wandering around going, just
actually, I think we have a model for that in this country. So yes, unfortunately I can.
Oh my God. I saw an interview with Trump the other day.
Whoa, who mentioned Trump? What are we talking about? I thought we said Twitter.
It's a thing where he was talking about an ongoing crisis, which we're not going to talk about. But he was sort of mid-sentence and stopped and then went, "Oh, there's a fly. Oh my God."
I know.
I can't say that they should put some fly paper down because it's cruelty to animals. Have you heard about that? I was at a place the other day and they just completely went off.
Like, he's got the attention span of a goldfish. Terrible. Anyway.
Oh God.
Anyway.
Yeah, right.
Twitter.
Twitter. No, X.
Right, X. The worst branding mistake in history. Why would you give? Oh my God, this fucking dude. So, first story in our roundup, written by Twitter, is that Australia fines X for not answering questions on child abuse content. They claimed to Australia's e-safety commission that they were taking steps to protect children on the platform. When asked for details on that, they either were unable or unwilling to, so they got fined $380,000 US over not disclosing the information.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, we talked about this a while ago about how Twitter had unsuspended an account which had posted some child porn content because they were trying to demonstrate how bad child porn was.
Well, that was probably the same case. Because that was in Australia too. It was somebody testifying in Australia.
Yeah, this is what it's about. It's
weird excuses.
It's the same stuff that's going on, and they told Twitter at the time, Australia told Twitter that they had to figure it out, and be clear about their policies and stuff, and that they're getting fined now because they just ignored it. Yeah. I don't know what to say about this. It's just so horrible.
And part of a larger trend. Yeah. Because they were also warned by the EU that they're not doing enough to paddle disinformation on the platform over the Israel-Hamas issue or situation, I guess, that's still ongoing.
Mike, there's a picture that I'm going to use something similar to this for the thumbnail, but there's a picture on Discord. I don't know if you'll be able to bring it up, but actually you can bring it up in a second when we've gone through the other two stories about Twitter. But this is just horrible. It's Elon Musk it's caring about the things that he cares about, not about it as a platform.
Right. Well, exactly.
Rest assured, they are cracking down on the important issues, which is nudity on Twitter.
Yeah. This is about a bunch of sex workers who have noticed that they are getting substantially lower engagement than they were, like a lot lower, because they're sort of essentially being shadow banned, and it sucks. It's terrible.
Yeah. So here's the Rosetta Stone, right? CSAM does not reduce the amount of time people spend on Twitter. Misinformation over Israel does not reduce the amount of time people spend on Twitter. Links out to
Yeah.
OnlyFans could reduce the amount of time people spend on Twitter. So let's get rid of that immediately.
Yeah. Yeah. Twitter is basically pointless. Have you got any of the other stories that we had lined up, Mike, or those three?
Oh yeah, no, we have a couple more.
Oh yeah, okay. So we're not done yet, right? What else then
Yeah,
we got?
not done yet. Not done yet. Oh,
Yeah.
well, speaking of not staying on Twitter, NPR left Twitter, and this happened as part of the verification thing. Musk had come out and said they're going to start charging everybody $6 a month for the blue check marks. And NPR at the time said, we're not paying, we're just going to leave the platform. This was 6 months ago, and they say it hasn't really affected them at all.
Yeah, they had what they've done is they basically switched over to Instagram from NPR, and they said they found it a little bit difficult, especially when there was some some current events happening, and um, the people were talking about it on Twitter. But basically, all that happened was that people on Twitter would point to the stuff on Instagram, so it didn't really make any difference at all. There's been like a 1 or 2% engagement drop, which was more than made up for on another platform.
Yep.
So, yep, good
And
stuff.
the big news, and you shared this. Somebody shared this on our Discord. I thought it was you, maybe Peter. That Twitter will launch 2 new subscription tiers: a lower cost tier with all features, a higher cost tier with no ads.
A higher cost tier but still with ads.
With no ads for the higher cost tier.
Oh, sorry, lower cost but still with ads. Like, does he really think that these features are that good? I know, man, it's scraping the bottom of the barrel.
Really, it is just milking this cashless cow.
Yeah, right. It's just like just dust coming out the teats at the moment. It's not.
He is losing like $44 billion on this shit platform.
So I don't know if you were able to see that picture that I posted on Discord.
Let me just bring it up live while we're on the show here.
Yeah, thanks. So I was thinking about this as well. Yeah, this is.
Did you make this?
Yeah, I drew this myself. I drew this by hand. Yeah.
Is this your picture though? You made this with AI?
I made this with AI. Yes.
Nice. I like it.
It's cool. Yeah, and I was thinking about how I said before that I think it's like Elon Musk has got a checklist of how to destroy a company, and he's gone through it one by one, and he's done all the kind of obvious things like fire half the staff and downgrade the infrastructure and rebrand. And I was thinking that is sort of seems true, but it's more like he actually just doesn't. He's just playing with his toys. He's just got this like thing that he wants to muck around with. And I was wondering if and I went through in my head like, are all the things that he's done that's how a child would treat a toy, right? I'd get a Superman figure and I'd be like, okay, Derek, you're a hero and you're gonna go save the princess. And then I'll have like Peaches from Mario, and then Derek man would go and say Peaches, and you make stuff up as a kid, and you make reality fit how you want it to be. So yeah, his parents have basically bought him a toy, and he's just going wild with it. This is what we're seeing.
Yeah, I mean, it certainly seems like he's floundering. He's in a bad spot with Twitter because he shouldn't have bought it. It was a bad purchase. He's doing whatever he can to make it profitable, but I think he also is just out of his depth with the scope of the platform. Yes, Tesla's a big company. They make lots of money. He personally has made a shitload of money. He's never built, and he was involved with Twitter. Twitter's a big company, sure, but it's not a massive social media company with cities worth of server farms dealing with all of these problems at scale. He just has no idea what he's doing. Is totally ill-equipped for this.
Yeah, he's a child that has been given a bit of power, and he's like teenager who's interning at his dad's company and is like trying to run a department. He just hasn't got a clue about how anything works, but won't admit that he doesn't know.
So if we look specifically at this topic, do you think there are any features worth paying for?
Yeah, actually there's a couple. The longer read thing, which I think is implemented really badly, because I hate the fact that when I'm on Twitter and I see someone who's paid for longer tweets and I click read more, it doesn't just expand it in line. It actually takes me to a separate page where I have to read the whole thing. It should just make it longer.
You pay more for that.
Where I'm reading it. Yeah, it's annoying. But anyway, the fact of people do use that feature and they put interesting stuff out. So as a sort of micro blogging platform, it's worth 50 cents a month.
So if it was the other way around, instead of paying for features and then paying more for no ads, if it was paying for no ads and then paying more for more features, that would be okay with you?
I think I don't know. I think so. Yeah, I think it's partly to do with I'm so negative about the platform as a whole that I'm very, inclined to shit on anything he does. But if I try and be objective, and if it was done differently and you introduced differently, then I might be more in favor of this kind of stuff. So I think that would be okay with me. Sorry,
I never used it. Haven't missed it since I canceled my account, but still have that small bit of irritation that somebody else took my handle.
Oh yeah, that sucks, man. That does suck. And your handle was Zen Mike. Like
yeah.
It's definitely not somebody who was thinking, "Oh yeah, finally I get to get my old handle back."
Like, I know. I don't know. Like it's like letting a domain that you've had this domain idea 15 years ago and bought it on GoDaddy and decided, I'm not going to pay for it anymore and let it go. And then somebody else grabs it up. You're muted, John, if you're trying to say something, I think.
I was coughing.
Oh, just that little bit of regret. I kind of wish I'd kept the account just so whoever that other guy is didn't get my handle. Now it's his handle, I guess. So fuck me, but whatever.
Yeah. You have to stick to the Wayback Machine, man, to relive those glory days.
I know. I did that to somebody though I have my own personal domain, but I'm glad equally as much because the guy who ran it before used it for this like horrible anti-abortion site. So I'm glad that I got that taken down off the internet, if nothing else.
Do you know what? I'm really annoyed that there's a subreddit on Reddit called PGL, and for years it was private. And there's a feature on Reddit where you can reclaim subreddits if the admins are inactive for like more than 6 months. And I kept on submitting requests to get that thing. But what happened was that the owner of the subreddit, who made the whole thing, no, it was public but like inactive. He kept on logging in like once every 5 months or something. That really pissed me off for like years. That was like, I really wanted that one. And so
were you able to get it?
No, it's now actually got some. Well, 1 year ago there was a post on there. Oh, maybe I can claim it.
Ooh,
who's the admin? Who's the moderator?
I'm gonna go claim it right now. Hold on.
No, okay, shit it. Don't put this live. Don't put this live until I've had a chance to go.
PGL. So Peter Lowe, your last name must be like Grofdale. Geraldine.
No, my surname is Lowe. You talking about my middle name?
Yeah, okay. PGL.
This is a fun game.
Peter G. Lowe. Peter
George.
Oh, John, you gave it away.
Well, I was right
now. I'm the
golf
OG,
man. Golfer.
I was right.
You are, yeah. My middle name's George.
I just guessed. I didn't know.
No, yeah.
Like the king.
Peter
is that
and
why?
George are my two grandfathers. So.
Oh, George isn't the king. Charles is the king. There was a George, right? Presumably, at some point.
Yeah, there's been all of those names. I think all of those English names.
You know what I was thinking would be fun sometime is if we tried to like surprise each other with cultural differences, like some crazy thing that like we do in the U.S. that you never would have guessed that we do. I don't know how to come up with that list though, because to us it's all just like, it's shit that everybody does, right?
Normal, yeah.
Yeah, so I heard a story today. This is nothing to do with what we're supposed to be talking about, but I heard a story today about a woman who lives in the US and she's English. She's got a bit of a London accent, and apparently she has a lot of people say to her, "Oh, I love your accent. It's so cool." And then she's like, "Oh, thanks. Yeah, I love yours." And the reaction is always, "But I don't have an accent," or I don't know. It's switched completely. Like it doesn't compute that that the Americans are like, "But I don't have an accent." Yeah, you do. You have an American accent. Like everybody has an accent.
But even in America, there is kind of a sense that like there's a part of the country that kind of doesn't have an accent.
True. Like neutral American.
Yeah. Somewhere in like I feel like it's partly kind of like where I am, like Pennsylvania, Ohio, Indiana, like that whole area kind of is viewed as more neutral.
Mm-hmm. Have you got one example of a cultural thing that I would find interesting?
No. That's what I was trying to think of. It's hard to, because I assume the entire world is like the US.
Peter, corn syrup is probably a good one.
Corn syrup, that's in everything.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Not in Europe, it isn't.
Really? That's weird.
Mm-hmm. They just use good old sugar.
Is corn syrup like a separate product? Can you just buy corn syrup?
I'm pretty sure you can, but like you don't.
Yeah.
It's just used to like sweeten things.
Yeah, but you wouldn't use it if you're cooking at home. It's like in every processed food.
Yeah,
but it's not an ingredient sugar, right? That you what?
You could just buy caster sugar.
Buy what sugar?
Caster sugar?
No.
Granulated sugar?
Yeah. Just sugar. Yeah.
Just sugar. Sugar. But you can't buy corn syrup. That's weird.
Well, you can buy corn syrup, but you wouldn't like it's in all processed food, but you wouldn't buy it as an ingredient to cook at home normally.
No, you would just use sugar at home.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Why would what? Yeah.
We should come up with a list of stuff like that. I think that would be fun. I was like, could you name a city in Michigan?
What? No. Chattanooga. No. No.
Yes, I think stuff like this could be fun. We should do that someday.
Yeah.
All right. I'm in.
All right.
Like and subscribe.